Hello viewers, today I'm making red velvet cake. This is my flour, sugar, here is the cocoa, the flavor and the food coloring, the Nescafe coffee, and here is my baking soda and my baking powder. So sit back and enjoy, relax, and see what I have to do. And here are my preps, like my eggs, my measuring spoons, my sieve for the flour and oil. And here is my groundnut oil with my vinegar and milk, which I'm going to turn into buttermilk with my vinegar. Uh, Here is my flour, trying to sieve it. And after sieving, I added, okay, I'm still sieving, trust the process. And I added a baking powder, and after which I added, that's 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and then I added 1 teaspoon of baking, oh, that was baking soda, and here's baking powder, and then I sieve them together. Trust the process. After which I went ahead to put in my salt. After adding the salt, I went into put in my 2 teaspoon of cocoa powder. Here I am putting it in the sieve, to remove any residual. And here is the second spoon of the cocoa. After which I sieved. Then, excuse me, I added my 2 cup of sugar and stir. I stir them together very much. Trust the process, as I said. And here's a cup of groundnut oil. That's 1 cup added to my sugar. And next was to try to whisk it together with my whisker. Try whisking because I was recording with the other hand. And after which I prepped my egg, broke it into a separate place, and then added it to the sugar and the groundnut oil. And here is my buttermilk. I added it to my already made sugar, groundnut oil, and then 2 teaspoons of vanilla flavor. And then I put in the food coloring. I added to when my spirit says it's enough. Like, I don't want it to be too reddish and all. So after which I added 1 teaspoon of vinegar and then hot coffee. Yeah, I made a coffee and added it to the mixture. After which, yeah, that's the coffee. And then I mixed them together with my whisk. Like, as you can see, I had to mix them thoroughly. This is an international standard recipe. Just trust the process. Yeah, come along with me. So I tried whisking to incorporate all the ingredients together, all the ingredients together. And then I started adding my dry ingredients, which is the flour and the cocoa. I mixed till it's well incorporated. I kept on mixing and mixing and mixing and mixing. And yeah, I put in my parchment paper into my pan, and then I poured my red velvet mixture into the pan, ready to bake. Here's the result. I trusted the process. I like the finishing and all, but when I used my knife to cut, I actually did not understand.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I actually did not understand this color, but trust me, the outcome was nice. Everybody that tasted it liked it. I tried, and I believe that next time I'll do better with the baking. Like, I feel I wasn't patient enough to allow it bake very, very well, and probably it's the process of my baking. Thank you. Bye.